Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the fourth episode of MicroPython series, and in this episode of MicroPython series we are going to see how to set up a Wi-Fi in AP mode, station mode using MicroPython, how to do a Wi-Fi scanning in NodeMCU using MicroPython, and how to send an API request using MicroPython. And at the last we are going to prepare a mini project to control your home appliances using Blink API request. So this episode is going to a one level ahead of the previous episodes, as this in the episode we are going to make a IoT based application to control our home appliances. So if you haven't watched the previous episode, I will like to suggest you to watch the previous episodes, as each episode is the continuation of the previous one. So go watch these first. I will be adding the link of each episode in the description box. So without wasting some more time, let's get started. So hello guys, we'll quickly start with the Wi-Fi scanning first. So Wi-Fi scanning, we need one library, that is the network library, that is pre-installed library within my MicroPython version. So many of us is asking about how to get a list of libraries that is coming with the MicroPython version. So for that, what we can do, we can simply search the list of modules using help command. So simply going to type help in bracket, we'll type modules. If we'll type and we'll click on the enter, we'll get a list of libraries as shown here. How many libraries is present with my MicroPython version, I am getting it here. So similarly you can check about your MicroPython version libraries that is supported. So simply you're going to import the network library, and after this I am pasting these lines of code. So I am going one by one to each lines. So first we are going to add a wireless variable, and here we are going to configure our Wi-Fi. So means I'm going to configure my Wi-Fi in the station mode, as we are going to scan the Wi-Fi's around us. So we're going to set the Wi-Fi in station mode. So after this I'm going to set this wireless as active, because this particular line of code will be enabling our Wi-Fi driver inside our NodeMCU. So I will be adding as a true. So after this I'm going to add one more variable, that is the network, and here I am going to add Wi-Fi wireless.scan. Basically this will scan the wireless nearby, and it will storing in the network variable. At the end we are going to print the networks. So now let's save this particular file and just stop the backend and play it once. So yes, after this, here we'll get the list of the Wi-Fi which is present here, right? This is the one Wi-Fi name, this is the second Wi-Fi name, and this is my Wi-Fi name, this home Wi-Fi 604. So that we are getting it here. So this is a very simple lines of codes to getting the Wi-Fi's list. So now let's see how we can configure our NodeMCU in the AP mode. So for that AP mode, just we need to again reconfigure our configuration. So in place of station, we'll just write AP, and we can remove these remaining lines of code, as no need to scan the Wi-Fi. So I'm pasting new lines. So basically these lines of code means we are going to configure our Wi-Fi SSID. If we want to make our Wi-Fi secure, so we can provide the password and the authentication mode also. If you want to configure your Wi-Fi in the open area, so you can just simply remove this particular code. So after this we are going to write whichever IP is assigned to our mode. So we'll getting a if configuration for that. So now simply just save this and stop the backend and run the particular code. So when, as we can see it here, so as we have printed, so we will getting the configurations for this Wi-Fi network. So IP address, subnet, and the default gateway we are getting it here. So let's see whether our Wi-Fi is getting or not. So yes, we can see it here. our node MCU is configured as an AP mode, and we can connect to this particular network by providing the password. Yes. So this is about the Wi-Fi setting in the AP mode. So now let's see how to connect to any existing Wi-Fi network that is available. So for that, first we need to set our Wi-Fi in the station mode. So we'll set a Wi-Fi in our station mode, and again I can remove this particular line of code. Now we need to write one more line here. So Wi-Fi or wireless dot connect, in bracket we need to provide SSID and password. So my SSID, I will write it here. So this is my SSID, and second the password for the SSID. So my password, I am going to write it here. So this is my password. So after this, what you can do, you can simply write one line whether to check if our Wi-Fi is getting connected or not. So for that, there is a pre-built-in command in MicroPython library, that is wireless dot is connected. So this particular line of code will return if our device is connected to the Wi-Fi, it will return as a true. So we can simply write it here. If wireless.is connected, just simply print the configurations. The IP means the IP address for the line. So we'll just simply stop the backend again, save the code, and we can run the command. So as here we can see, we got nothing in the command window, which means this particular configuration is not getting printed. That is because Wi-Fi connection will take some time to connect to the Wi-Fi network, right? So what happened here, if my code is getting in this particular line, after just this particular line it is getting to this code. So this means this Wi-Fi is not connected yet, but it is going to print the configuration. That's why we'll be not showing anything. So what we can do it here, we can simply replace this with the while loop. While not connected, we'll simply pass this. If it is connected, we can get the print configurations for this. So simply we'll just copy it here. Pass. Right, I guess now it is correct. So just stop the backend again, save the code. Okay, backend is not ready. Now save it and now run the code. So yes, now we can see we are getting the IP address here, right? That means now our node MCU is connected to my network with this particular IP. So this is all about these Wi-Fi in station mode configurations. So guys, now let's see a bit optimized version of Wi-Fi station mode scanning. As in the previous code, what if we have not if we have entered a wrong credentials of the Wi-Fi network, so it might stuck in the infinite loop. So now I have written an optimized code so that if Wi-Fi credential is wrong, so it should just wait for the 5 seconds, and then after 5 seconds it should print timeout as an output, and it should not stuck into the infinite loop. So let's see one by one to each lines. So first we have imported the network and the time libraries, and firstly we have defined one variable timeout as 0. So just after this we have just written Wi-Fi configuration mode, that is the station mode, we have entered it here. So after this we have configured Wi-Fi as active as a false for very initial steps. So first, at very initial step, the Wi-Fi driver should be off, and after 0.5 seconds it should get active. So first we have make it as an inactive, and then we have marked this as active after interval of 0.5 seconds. And after this we just need to enter the credentials whichever wants to we have to connect to the Wi-Fi network. And after this we have written one condition that if Wi-Fi is not connected, then it should print connecting. And after this we have just written a while condition with two conditions. First is not connected, that is correct, and after we have given timeout also, so that basically it should count the time. Like if Wi-Fi is not connected, it should like this: 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, and else it should come out of the loop and print something in the else command. So similarly we have printed 5 minus timeout, and then we have incremented the timeout variables, and also we have provided the 1 second of delay here. So if this particular line is if this particular if is working, then it should go to the next, else it should print timeout part. So within this 5 seconds, if our Wi-Fi is connected, it should print connected. If in within this 5 seconds, if it is not connected, it should print timeout. So let's first try with providing some wrong SSID and password. So now just save this code, stop the backend, and just run it. As it is, we can see connecting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it is showing timeout. So now that means if we have entered a wrong credential, then it should print timeout. That is okay. Now just provide it with the right credentials. Stop the backend and then run the program again. Now 5, 4, 3, 2, connected. That means our program is working fine. So now let's use internet to do some real internet like stuff. Basically now we are going to request one website using our code. So the same previous code we will use. So just we have added one new library, that is the urequest library. So using this library we are going to request one URL, and let's see one by one. Here similarly in this till this step our code will be the same as previous. And now if our Wi-Fi is connected, we are getting connected print statement here, and after this we are requesting one example, right, this URL. So just let's see what is inside this URL. So basically this URL is for the example domain only. So we are getting some heading and then some body is a text. So if we request this URL, we will get something, right? So firstly, after requesting this, we are printing the status code. So whether we are getting status code as success or not. And after this, we are requesting the text from this particular website. So let's try this one. So this is also built-in library. So just stop the backend, save the code, and now run this particular program. So here again we're getting something, right? First it is printing connected, that is we have printed it here, and after this it is getting a status code that we have just printed here. So status code 200 means is success. So after this we are getting some request in the form of text, right? So basically title is example. So yes, this is all about the request API. So now in place of this we are get anything, like if we want to request the real-time data of the time, we can get it from here. If we want to get the real-time reading of the temperature sensors and everything, we can get with the urequest.get command. Now I have written one code where we can control our home appliances using one API request using Blink Cloud. So I will not going to execute the same codes again, as this is the integration of all these things that we have tried it before. So it is having a button pin controls of the node MCU controller. It is having an interrupt use in this particular code. It is again the Wi-Fi part is also there in this code, and also the urequest part is also there. So I will be adding this code into the description, so you can try it by your own. So also we'll going to see the demonstration of this particular code in our next videos also, as we are going to use the servers parts as well as in the next video. So till that time you can try this. So thank you guys for watching this episode. I hope that you will learn something from this episode. So later by later we will going one step ahead by learning something new about the MicroPython. So this is the very basics about the Wi-Fi. So in the later episodes we are going to see about the advanced things like web server, the local web server, the WebSocket stuff like that. So if you like this episode, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with your friends who wants to learn MicroPython from very basics. I will be see you in the next episode.